Hello, it's Stewart A. Swerdlow for Expansions.com, and this is my weekly news update for the first week in May 2012, and I just have some quick information for you. First story is about an Australian billionaire who's in the process of recreating the Titanic and is going to be rebuilding it in China for a voyage in 2016 that will be retracing the actual voyage of the Titanic. It will be going from Britain to the United States. My question is, since the Titanic sank, why would anybody want to be on a replica of it? Of course, he claims that he will be outfitting this new ship with the latest in technology and that it will be completely safe. But then again, you know, the Titanic was a relatively small ship. And it was built in a design of over 100 years ago. If I were going to spend money on going on a vessel and a cruise across the ocean, I certainly wouldn't want to book a cabin on an old style vessel, no matter what the technology was. So I think this person may want to rethink his idea. Of course, I do know that the Chinese are extremely interested in monopolizing the world cruise industry and is in process of building vast cruise ships of very high technology, mainly for Pacific and China Sea voyages. So this may have something to do with that, and I'll find out more information and report that to you. Another very strange story is about the Olympics and the British Army planning to use the rooftops of private homes in London for their missile launchers to protect the Olympic venues. And so again, I question why they would use private property for ground-to-air missiles. I think the last time that happened was World War II. So are they expecting some kind of aerial event over London during the Olympics? Because most security in other Olympic venues in other cities up until now have always been ground-based and not surrounded by missiles. So something that we need to look at there, again, leads more credence to my thinking that they will be using the Olympics in July and August of this year for a staging of the alien invasion. Since there'll be billions of people watching that location from all over the world, it's a perfect time and place to do that. Very weird story coming out of Australia, but then again, a lot of things out of Australia are weird. This one has to do with a nude museum tour in Sydney, where all of the people who are going to this exhibit must go nude through the museum. The idea of it is to face fears and inhibitions and embarrassment and overcome this by walking nude through the museum. I think it is actually a preparation or an imprinting for public sexual ritual. Because also in Australia, apparently at the Sydney Opera House, they had an event where the entire audience and the entertainers were nude. Thousands of people. What the heck's going on in Australia? I know it's warm there, but really. And finally, a little scary bit of news, and that is, I told you last week about the raid at the Arizona border, where they found tons and tons of weapons and ammunition in preparation for perhaps an attack on the United States. Well, apparently, there is information that the U.S. border crossings from Mexico are being used by Hezbollah and other Islamic fundamentalist groups who are crossing by tunnel from Mexico into the United States and bringing all kinds of ammunition and plans to create problems in the United States, including anthrax attacks and dirty bombs. And there's also information about the Muslim Brotherhood gaining control in various aspects of the U.S. government and in offices that are close to President Obama, and apparently he is aware of this and is associating with them. So all these stories we see about the Islamic Brotherhood in Egypt and in other Arab countries is actually occurring here also in the United States. I will be talking about this and other very fascinating news on our continuing webinars in May. Please go to expansions.com and sign up for our Monday night and Wednesday night webinars throughout the month of May. They're fascinating, and I think that you will enjoy them and learn a lot of information. And again, remember that I will be in Holland and then South Africa in June. Those of you who wish to see me, please go to events@expansions.com or go to expansions.com and look for information and detail on those venues and events. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time on expansions.com.